I like that a lot, dude. Wait, it's different! Torn! Yeah! With a character, but this is sort of kind of a box. Yo, what the fuck? Can we break this? Okay. What the fuck? What the? Oh my god! This is amazing! Okay. Yes! Hoorah! I don't know what I'm doing. Hi. It's I don't even know how I want to start this. Initially I wanted to, instead of doing this, just make like an entire video just like highlighting like all of like my main moments from this year. And then put that into a compilation. I might do that after the year ends because I won't be able to later. So I thought I'd just instead like sit down and just reflect a bit over the year. Lot of stuff has changed since the beginning of this year. Obviously, you know, you guys have been supportive throughout the entirety of it. And I have no words for all of that. I remember for the longest time, back after April happened, and it was April or March, where I was thinking that the indie cross stream I had when it first released on V1 would be like my absolute highest peak of that year, because it was a big built up moment for myself. And of course, everyone that knew me back then, because before everything else that's happened this year, you know, people knew me as like the biggest fan of it. And so that was my first ever stream ever that I had over like 100 viewers at one point. And that was during the beginning of Burning in Hell, when I got my ass handed to me by the mechanics. But it was just crazy when that happened. I just like, I have so many key memories from that one stream, along with everything else of the stream. A lot of highlights for me this year was mostly the mods that I played. And obviously it would make sense because that's all I do. Wow, really, like FNF. No, but being for real, you know, there was a lot of big releases this year, a lot of amazing mods, and a lot of times where I fell out of my chairs. My favorites was probably, you know, obviously Indie Cross and Hypno, Hotline, online updates, D-sides, troubleshooting, all the events that happened, like the F3, the last F3 we had, and other directs, along with like the mod jams, seeing stuff like Broken Night Dimension and Flavor Rave, which, by the way, that will get a video eventually. I didn't forget about it. I played it way back, but just forgot to make a video on it. You know, there's a lot of cool things that have come out from FNF. The release of Lo-Fi Funkin' made me really happy because that was the probably still my favorite mod to ever have been a part of. And then of course going from, we all know what happened obviously, but going from number one fan to the director of one of the biggest FNF projects and also the FNF project I care about the most was just crazy to me. I still can't wrap my head around that. And, obviously, my lack of uploads in the more recent ending of this year, because initially I got on around late August, but my absence in uploading and streaming has been because of it. And I do apologize for that because at that time it was very stressful, and it still kind of is, but not as much as it used to be, thankfully. But overall, it's just been a very, very wild year. And I also made some songs that I'm not all too proud of, but you guys really, really, really liked. Um, it's just crazy to me to think about how a small idea that I had over a weekend ended up being my most viewed video and my first video to ever hit not only 100,000, but also 500,000 and almost over 600 at this point. It's just that one song that y'all love so much has so many milestones. And I'm so excited for whenever I release the encore version of Fatal Finale. Because I spent, ever since the initial upload of the original, I've been working on it. So it's been finished. It took me a bit over 6 months on and off to finish. So whenever I hit 10K and finish the visualizer, you guys will see that, which is awesome. Aside from that, this year's just been amazing, and I just can't wrap my head around everything still. It's still wild that I'm able to help out with Indie Cross. It's still wild that I was able to find stuff that y'all liked to the point where I broke milestones for myself. I mean, I went into this year, like 2022, I went into this year with I think around 1,000 subscribers. And my last stream that I did before the year ended was the EXE 2.0 update. And I think my highest average viewership on that stream was 26. If you compare that to this year, my highest stream average I think was around 550 with Hypno Lulls by V2, which was still probably my favorite stream that I did aside from Indie Cross because that one meant a lot to me. It's just wild on how much things have changed, and in more ways than none, I've almost increased my following on social media by tenfold because we're nearing 10,000 subscribers. We're at 9.7. And unfortunately, it's not a big issue, but that was the only New Year's goal that I set last year that I never hit. I can find my New Year's goal for 2022 way back was initially my goals were to hit 10,000 on YouTube, 3,000 on Twitter, make a song that has 10,000 streams or views, and then work on one of my favorite mods. And in the end, as I'm recording this, obviously, we hit every single goal except the first one because I have more followers on Twitter than I have subscribers on YouTube. Unfortunately. No, I'm just kidding. But, like 9.8K on Twitter, 9.7 on YouTube is it's close to being nearly 10 times what I went into that year with. And that is just mind-boggling to me. I plan to change a lot of things with the channel and hopefully just myself moving forward because I still love FNF as much as the other guy. It's still 2 years after it came out. It's still unironically one of my favorite things to do, and I love playing mods by the community. But as you guys can probably guess, eventually there's going to be a point down the road where there won't be much to cover anymore, especially since as I'm recording this, Versus Impostor comes out in like 5 days. So that's one of the last bigger things that I've been waiting to play, and I won't be able to play it when it first comes out. As I'm recording this, and by the time it's out, there should be a pre-stream for when I do play it, which I'll link in the description. But FNF has run its course in terms of the algorithm. It still gets attention every now and then, but it's nothing compared to what it was when I first started making videos. I remember my first month in making FNF content, back when I had 100 subscribers, I gained almost 1,000 in that month because that's when I came in around the peak of FNF's like relevancy on the internet. Back when Week 7 came out, and I initially started with a goatee, which still makes me happy because I love Entity, and I'm still sad that it got canceled. But things have changed, and do I still love FNF? Absolutely. Will I make FNF videos in 2023? Absolutely. I have a lot of things I still want to do. Obviously, I still work on mods. I'm helping out people with projects. I direct my own. Obviously, Indie Cross hopefully will come out with its update by 2023. I can't really guarantee that, obviously, but it's just a goal. And with the progress that's happened recently, I think it's a pretty safe goal as of right now. Things might change, but progress is good. I'm almost done all of my own work on that. And obviously directing it's just a dream come true, which makes me so happy. Like, I don't think people understand how much it means to me that I'm able to help with that project. And at the point that I do, it makes me like the happiest man alive. Despite all the pressure and all the stress that comes from it, it still makes me like filled with joy. It makes me so happy. I think some things I'm going to try to do next year is branch out with other projects. I will say this year, since that, it's going to happen 2023, hopefully, was I was really trying to push to hit 10K this year because in celebration of that, I was planning to do a charity stream. And I really want to do that as a way of like giving thanks back to those that, got me to that point to begin with. Um, and obviously, we never hit it, but there's next year guaranteed that will happen. On top of another thing I want to do, where there's been a lot of games that have been requested to play over the 2022 that I never got the chance to because of either school or projects or just me busy with FNF. So because of that, I'm gonna roll out this series where I just play the entire game in one sitting, not like one literal sitting, but like in one video, and then have that and see how that goes. Like just branching out every now and then between FNF and non-FNF, because the only time I played something that wasn't FNF on the channel this year was when I streamed Frontiers or Sonic Frontiers, and when I made a video on the Cuphead DLC. I finished the Cuphead DLC, by the way. I just never finished the video because it had like an exporting glitch. So that's my bad. Uh, Honestly, I'm gonna put my New Year's goals here for YouTube and stuff. Obviously, I'll list it right here. I don't really know what's gonna happen next year, but I know for a fact I'm gonna go way harder than I did this year. You're gonna see a lot more of me, and I promise that. So to list my goals right now are to one, hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of next year, the 2023. That will happen, and I will make sure it happens. You have my absolute word. I will make sure that it happens. My other goals are things like I want to collaborate more often with my friends and other content creator friends because they inspire me every day to push myself to my absolute limits. And that's the reason why I finished like 4 videos in the last 2 days when I haven't been able to before because of the break. I love my friends that make videos and I love doing stuff with them. I want to do that more next year, 100%. Other stuff is I want to finish all of my personal projects by next year. So that's, not Indie Cross, but just like the update for it. And then other mods that I'm working on or directing. Like people don't know I'm directing a Kirby mod and a thing called Urple Hotline, which is like a spin-off between Hotline 024 and Urple Guy. Really cool stuff. And then my fourth is just to be happy and to be able to enjoy what I do the way I do it, because I want to branch out with FNF, not because I'm scared of it not doing well, but just because I want to do what I enjoy doing. And I do enjoy FNF, but I also want to have the entire channel represent that feeling where I enjoy what I do, and hopefully you guys are there to watch it with me. I love every single person that leaves a comment or just watches my streams. It means the absolute world to me, especially when I've been trying to do this for 6 years and I've only been really seeing results in 2021 late and this year. It means so much that things have just suddenly changed because of FNF, and I owe a lot to that game. As obnoxious and cringe as probably is to say, I owe a lot to this game and you guys as well, because you guys have done so much for me and you don't even understand. Like I was able to buy my family Christmas gifts for once. And back then, I didn't really have the necessary like funds to be able to do that. And then what else? Everything else I was paying for. But because of you guys and YouTube, I was able to actually buy my family, like every person in my family, gifts. And that meant so much to me. Like, you don't understand how amazing that feels to be able to turn like this hobby and use what you get from it to do stuff like that. It's amazing. Obviously I don't earn as much as other people, but it's enough to the point where I can do that kind of stuff for my family, and that just warms my heart so much. It means the absolute world that I can do that because of you guys. It really does. I genuinely mean that 110%. I love that part of this little hobby that I've created and this little audience that you guys are to me. It means so fucking much. I have a lot of faith for next year. I have a lot of things I want to say, but I won't be able to say it fully because I am running on a bit of a time limit right now because I have to go soon. You know, it's pretty late, and by the time this is hopefully out, I won't be able to like make videos for a bit, which is also why I'm setting my pre-stream for Impostor V4 for like 6 days before it even, or like more before it even comes out, just to make sure it's out there. But, you know, all in all, uh, thank you. Thank you. Like, not anyone specific, but just thank you for just giving me hope. I know it's weird to say, but I genuinely, like, I take the compliments and the nice comments to my grave. It means so much when people support or like the things that I do, whether it be one person or 1,000. The amount does not matter as long as I'm doing my thing and having fun, and there are people out there that enjoy it. It warms my soul, and it means the absolute world to me that there's a group of people that enjoy the content I put out there, especially since I've had many doubts about it, you know, over the last 6 years. And, you know, I got bullied in school for making videos. I still do, to be fair, I still do, but it's not as bad anymore, obviously, because way back it was like cringe, but now it's just like F and F bad, you know, that kind of thing. um, yeah, I will most likely like make some like end of the year videos, but I'll upload them after the year ends, like, you know, best of penkaru montage and like my favorite mods that came out. But we'll see how that goes. Um, but yeah, I have a lot of hopes for this community, 2023. I have a lot of hopes for what I'm doing next year in 2023. I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of ideas. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I want to do. I have my goals, as y'all have heard. And hopefully you guys are there for me next year. You know, I love you guys to death. You guys make me the best version of myself that I can possibly be. It warms my heart, and I love you guys so, so very much. So thank you guys for an amazing year, an absolute mind-boggling year, and I'll see you guys all next time, I guess. I don't know when next time will be. It'll most likely be the 5th of January when I end up playing Impostor V4. So don't miss that, I guess. But again, thank you for being you and loving me. It makes me happy that you guys like what I do. It genuinely does. I don't know what I said there. I was trying to make a quote. It sounded cringe. I'm sorry, that was cringe. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. Probably go to bed now, and I'll see you guys in a few days. Take care, and don't spoil the mod for me. Do not spoil Impostor V4 for me. I swear to God, I will find where you. I'm kidding. I love y'all. Take care, and have yourself a damn good one. Peace.